Still sunny. Let's go back out and see if we could find that boss again. Just give him a run, and maybe this time I'll remember to shift. Oh man. Oh, hey, at least he's here. I didn't have to travel too far. But yeah, I would definitely love to see Michelin come back to Formula One. See if they could get that bigger wheel regulation though, and to take it from there. See how it goes. See how the next set of rules and regulation changes are gonna affect as far as the overall package of Formula One cars and their chassis in general. Let them come back to cutting edge technology. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna skip a day because everybody's literally a day drive around the C1. And I got another new car. I got the Gloria, the Gran Turismo Ultima, which I feel like this is just gonna be an Infinity M45. Yeah. Cool. So far 83 miles overall. Still sunny in Tokyo. Day 8. We're at 48. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get it. This will follow into my personal history. Where? Let's spec this out. It's the F&E. It's the RE. Okay. It's the Savannah, but you know what? I didn't have a Savannah. I just had a regular, what we would call a Turbo 2 in America, and I had it in black, which is great. I'm gonna follow that. All right, let's see if we can find. Okay, we're gonna register the FC in Tokyo. Let's do. You want to do? Yeah. If anything, let's stay. Yeah, we could stay in Gunma. 50 Levi's. Am I really going to? I'm going to model this after. Okay, fine. I'll do that. Do I want to change this car? No. You know what? I'll still mine with this car. See what else, or see how much more I can win off of the C1 before moving. Really looks like the C1's done. So shall we just travel along? Nah, you know what? Let's go to the garage. It's going to rain. Just perfect. But let's spec out the car first. Let's go into the FC. All black, everything. I mean, just like mine, I had this awesome Turbo 2, and it really was, for me, it was my dream car. I got to own it, and I got to, I had tremendous fun with it. Going back to my FC, I had an S4, which I loved. Everybody's got this whole thing with the S5 circle taillights. I mean, you guys can have that. I like my rectangle lights on my S4. That thing to me was, it was so much fun. I did have, I had some, if not, it did come with a little bit of this and a little bit of that as far as the modifications go. I mean, at the time it had an Artec, was it Artec 1.7? Okay. Yeah, I had an RTech in there. I guess it was a chipped ECU. What? 500 primary injectors. I want to say 720 secondaries. Um, the big thing I liked about it, I did have that two-stage manual boost controller with fucking kill switch, toggle switch. That was flipping amazing to me at the time. You know, low boost was at stock, high boost was at like really the edge of what the stock math could do. Which I believe was like 14 psi. But that car was great. I mean, I didn't have the great balls of fire backfires, but they did sound like shotguns on command, which I did have great fun with. You know, everybody would either think they blew a tire, or in the case of cruising with other FCs, especially if you have a convertible, scaring the shit out of your friends as you pass them by. Great memories. Oh no! Oh, sucker! Gotta love the AI in this game. But yeah, I just remember cruising off to like a weekly meet with a couple of friends. One of my friends had a convertible FC, and as I'm passing by, I just let out one huge backfire, and I guess caught him off guard because it really scared the shit out of him. I just remember laughing for the next 15 minutes of my driving. But of course, you know, since it was only RTech chip tuned, I probably did have worse gas mileage than a Hummer. Cause I mean, even that like 20 mile ride with us, just like hooning it out, I could literally watch my my gas gauge go down as we drive along. But I mean, it was still fun, you know. It was, as far as that went, it was my weekend, or if not evening, you know, car, his cruise car. At one point, I believe one winter, I did daily drive the shit out of it, which was awesome. I don't know how I managed to do it, since that car was so sensitive to revs. You know, 6-puck ceramic clutches just are not fun in any weather other than track. Yeah, that car, I mean, it didn't like anything below like 2300 RPM, but as soon as you reach 2400 RPM, you're like at mid boost, so you really were touch and go, especially in that one winter where I drove it out for a friend's I guess it was her Sweet 16 at the time, I don't know. I mean, we got to the location and it was, you know, dry as anything, dry as a desert. A few hours later, I mean, it's full on snowstorm. I mean, this was in mid-November, so I guess, yeah, but you know, I drove it down. I was like, yeah, great, it's nice and cold, it's dry, terrible weather, sure. A few hours later, it's like 4 inches of snow. What am I gonna do? Still gonna have to drive it home, toggling second gear, and if I could get into third. But it was fun, you know. I had fun stuff, you know. I would still probably have it, but you know, I did have to let it go. I let it go to a couple of close friends of mine. I let it go through circumstances, but you know, whatever. In due time, I will work to get another one. At the current moment, I'm trying to work to fix my Subaru, but we'll get back into that story a little later. Yeah, I mean, it's strange because it's like, you know, I was posed a question early on, or especially around that time, you know. It was one of those things where I had just gotten my license and I was already working, like senior year anyway. And with with my hand-me-down Corolla, threw some dumb mileage on that shit. And it came time to want to buy another car, and it could have went one of many different ways, honestly. A friend of mine, especially after the whole, like, my best friend, again, going back into our story, especially after going into full-blown initial D at the time, he had this he started having this affinity for the FD3S, the third gen RX-7, and he eventually purchased that, and he got me kind of educated on rotaries for starters. Oh, this guy's trying to fucking pit maneuver me. He got me on the rotaries for dummies kind of starter kit. I got to hang around a lot of interesting people prior to me actually purchasing my my FC. Which was actually great, because at least I came into it with like the base knowledge and what I had to do, and eventually we became that weird duo in our car crew, the acronym everything car crew. But yeah, no, he got me into rotaries, and one thing led to another, and I just searched high and low into the forums for great deals, and until I found mine. I guess it kind of goes into my the theme of everything else. Like when I got my FC, I mean, she was definitely rough around the edges. She had her imperfections here and there, although she did come with a recently rebuilt engine and turbo combo. I forget the details at this point, but it just had a mild port. Turbo was also modified as well. Stock housing here, it's been so far gone. The only thing I could remember is just the amount of fun I had in her. Yep. And not the details, but had but yeah, one day I will be back in an FC, attending Rotorfest, and maybe drive it cross country to 7Fest. I would tell more stories about just my backfire escapades, but some of them are just really bad, and I know I'm going to hell for it, but whatever. If you guys know that story, my few circle of friends, especially the ones that were there, yeah, that one run I'm definitely gonna go to hell for.